What's up, Sleepy? How you doing? Hopefully I got the microphone figured out. Last night's recording was completely whack and junk. Can you hear me all right? Awesome. Awesome. Probably not going to be the most exciting stream. Got a brand new table, brand new players. Just going to go through character creation and stuff with them tonight. Kind of go over my rules in my world and answer any of their questions, but gotta make those stream goals, you know, so might as well stream it. What's up? Welcome to the live stream. Feel free to chat while we're waiting on the stream to start. Just waiting on my new players to join.
What's up? Can you hear me? Awesome. I can. Ah. Mhm.
So OSP is going to be late, but that doesn't mean we can't start. Go ahead and turn the music down here on the stream so that I can hear you guys better. All right, guys, welcome.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. More stuff here. All right, well, we're going to start with introductions, and we'll have to do it all again when OSP comes back, but I'm Mr. Slindy. You guys can call me Frankie. I don't care if my name's out there on the internet, so... or DM, GM, whatever you guys want to call me. Indriel. Is that how you want to be referred to?
Well, my real name is Patrick.
All right, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever you're comfortable with. During the game, I use character names exclusively, but for stars and wishes afterwards and that kind of stuff, it kind of brings it back above table if people are comfortable with that.
Right. Well, I haven't really decided on the character name just yet, but for now, I guess it's Endriel.
Okay. What about Sir Paddington?
I mean, in-game, Pad is fine. I'm not going to make you, play the joke out every time for my own sick amusement.
That's good. I had already planned on that, so I'm glad I got your permission.
But out of game, my name is Jory.
Jory?
Like Corey, but with a J.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are going to try and pad some time for OSP to come here because I don't want to have to go over like rules and that kind of stuff twice. So why don't you guys tell me a little bit about yourselves, your experiences with tabletop games, how long have you been playing, what all have you played?
Well, I've only played 5e so far. I think I've done, I want to say 2 one-shots, and I'm currently doing a campaign on Sunday. That's about all the experience I have when it comes to D&D.
Okay.
Or tabletop in general.
So 2 one-shots. What brought you to the tabletop world? Your friends or?
Yeah, essentially. They're big into D&D, and it kind of got me hooked.
Yeah, those are the best friends in the world.
Indeed.
What about you, Jory? When did you start?
I started like 2 years ago. I know OSP like in real life. So we both got into it like at the same time, and we've done, I want to say, like 4 or 5 campaigns. Some of them partial, some of them all the way through. He's DM'd a game I was in. I'm DMing a game he's in, right? Like I'm DMing Mad Mage right now on Sundays.
Okay. So we have Jory and Patrick. I am going to write your names down so that I can look at them every day until I have them memorized. Because I am awful. I'm a Navy veteran. I spent 6 years in the Navy, and so I've met probably 40,000 people in my life. So names are hard for me. And then I've got all these fake people up in my head, so I've got to deal with that. So I started playing TTRPGs, specifically Dungeons and Dragons, probably 10 years ago, 11 years ago now, in the Navy, when you're out at sea and there's nothing to do. And growing up in high school, I knew people who played, but it was like those fucking nerds. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
not doing that crap. And man, I wish I would have just walked up, because like in my heart of hearts, I was like, it looks kind of cool. I kind of want to do it, but I didn't want to be seen as one of those guys, And I wish I had gotten into the hobby sooner. Been dungeon mastering for about 3 years. I started doing it for my daughter, actually, and I'm kind of sick of the cutesy princess adventures. So I was like, I kind of want to run games for adults. And I joined SPG in 2021 as a player, and immediately got into like like it was probably the best starter table to ever have. And that was a custom homebrew world that DM had created, and it was so much fun. And then he had a heart attack, and he had to retire. And like, we were about 3/4 through the campaign. It was a campaign to level 20, and we were about 14. And man, that was heartbreaking. And as a table, we tried to stay together. We tried to find another DM, but nobody was willing to take on a custom world and pick up the story because they knew nothing about it, obviously. And then I kind of bounced around with some tables, and I had some really bad experiences, just like you guys. And not just with DMs that didn't really like fit me, but like there are a lot of super young, immature players on SPG.
Yeah.
And they've got to turn everything into like a fart joke. Or and like that's my Saturday table. They're goofy, and I let them get away with it because hey man, they're paying me. If you guys want to pay me to make ball jokes, I'm gonna let you do it. You know, so if that's the experience you want, I'm gonna let you have it. But just know that the second you make somebody else at the table uncomfortable and they tell it to me, I'm gonna shut it down. And if that upsets people, then that's just where we are. Okay, so OSP is joined. Welcome.
Hello.
Okay, so is OSP okay? Do you want to go by your first name
Fine.
or? Okay.
Yeah, either OSP or Salt. If you want to just call me Salty, that works too.
Okay, well,
I'm absolutely gonna call you Salty if I had habit, dude.
I don't even OSP just rolls off the tongue. Like
Yeah.
it was easy. I was typing, I was like OSP. Well, I'm Frankie or Mr. Slindy or GM, whatever you guys want to call me. That asshole who TPK'd us, whatever it is. We're just kind of going over our backgrounds and stuff, and you know, our experiences playing. How long have you been playing?
Let's see, about like a year and a half now
Okay.
in 5e, and then when I was like in my early teen years, I played. God, I think it was the OG version. So I had at the time like one of my aunts like played, and she showed it to me once, and it was like the super OG version.
Like the original Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
Did she have the chainmail book? Because the original Dungeons and Dragons, like everything
Not-
in there
not-
told you to go to the chainmail book for their rules.
Yeah. And definitely none of it was in good condition when I got it.
Yeah. So I played a lot of 3.5. I loved 3.5. 5e, I'm okay with it. It's what I've got the most experience with, but man, 3.5 was good stuff. It was like, I hate that they got rid of called shots. I hate that there's no fumble chart anymore for nat ones. And so yeah, that's a good transition for us to make into, first of all, the general rules for my server and my table. Rule number 1 is don't be a dick. Rule number 2 is if in doubt, talk it out. Rule number 3 is remember rule number 1. And my games tend to be roleplay heavy. I was a theater kid in high school. I love digging into the emotion of D&D. Combats and stuff are fun, swinging swords, rolling dice, and all that stuff is all well and good, but I think that D&D is really a storytelling experience, and that's my favorite part of the game. I want to tell an epic tale. That's what I want the game to be. If you're here to fight monsters and roll dice, there will be plenty of that. And if you're not interested in digging deep into your backstory or whatever, you could just give me a basic backstory. I don't have to, force the spotlights on you at all. But I like having character-centric episodes or sessions and stuff like that where, you kind of figure out who your character is, not just how hard they can hit. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
finally, there's no personal drama at the table. If two people can't get along, we're going to go back to rule 1. And then if we can't work it out, then we're going to have to see, you know, what the best place is. Maybe this isn't the table for you guys and that kind of stuff. Moving on to my game rules. Did everybody read these over? Because there's interesting stuff in there. Because like my critical hit rule is a brutal critical, which is whatever your max damage you can do on a regular hit, plus you roll damage and add your modifier on top of that. It makes for some epic stuff. Homebrew, I do allow some homebrew. I write my homebrew, but as you guys found out, there are some things where I'm like, this is going to break my game. And if it's going to break the game and just make things way too easy, then, you know. Rule of cool, I think gets a little bit overused by some DMs. Like, if I let you do something once, and then there comes a situation where it comes up again, like, who am I to tell you can't do it again? You know what I mean? But if you can explain how and why you should be able to do a thing and justify it with your character sheet, most likely I'm going to let you do it. I'm just going to set the DC for that really, really high. Timeout cards. If we get into some subject matter that is totally uncomfortable for you, anybody at any time can say, hey, timeout, let's take a step back. We can talk about it privately or anything. We'll take a break during the game and we'll figure it out. And if it's something that's just a straight no-go for you guys, then we'll take it out and we will move on with the session. Obviously, my game does include fantasy racism. There are allusions to elves feeling superior, especially pureblood elves on the island of Rhynial. Half-orcs are mistreated in the world because my orcs are very much the typical old-school Dungeons and Dragons Tolkien orcs. They're warmongers. They're savages. They rape and pillage, and yeah. So half-orcs, they have it pretty hard. Same thing with Yuan-Ti. Goblins are just dicks. Any goblinoid, really. But real world, above the table, racism, homophobia, anything like that, I got a zero tolerance policy. Any of that stuff comes up out of character, I'm going to thank you for your time, and you're going to be gone from the table. That's just how it is. Especially since I stream. And I've got to protect that part of my life as well. Spells and abilities. If you're playing a class or something that you're not used to, please read your spells, feats, and abilities and know how they work. That way we can keep the flow of the game going. There's nothing worse than you're fighting 12 goblins and there's 3 players here. That's 13, 14 people who have to take a turn in between your turn. So if we're slowing down the game even more than that, and I understand if the first couple sessions, 5, 6 sessions in, but we get to session 20 and you still don't know your second level spells and how they work, and I'm going to be like, well, are you really into the game? And we'll start having discussions about it then. If it's something obscure that you've only used like once or twice, then I can understand that. But if it's something that you use all the time, but you still don't know how it works. Dice ruling. Since I moved to D&D Beyond, this hasn't really been an issue. I used to allow physical dice at the table. I have a bunch of physical dice. I love dice. I got tons of them. If you'd like to use physical dice, I could say that you still do. But if we go 6, 7 sessions and you haven't failed a check, I'm not calling you a liar, but I'm going to ask to see some rolls because that's just, in the terms of statistics, an anomaly that should not happen. Potions. This is a fun one. If you sacrifice an action to use a potion, this is a common rule. It's full healing. If it's 2d4 plus 4, then you get that full 12 healing. I allow potions as a bonus action. If you use a bonus action, then you will have to roll for it. If a party member goes down and you give them a potion, that's an action always to give a potion to somebody else, and it always does full healing. I've kind of strayed away from my next rule, which is skill checks and natural 20s, because a lot of people were upset about it. Used to be my ruling was that a natural 20 wasn't automatically a success on like some checks. Like if it's just a basic lockpick check and you got a natural 20, of course you unlocked it. But for those like really critical things, like you're trying to jump over a gorge, and I tell you it's a DC 27 acrobatics check or athletics check, and you rolled a natural 20, but even with your modifiers, it wasn't there. Used to be I didn't allow that. I've kind of strayed away from that. I'm sorry, my son is being kind of loud in the background, if you can hear him. There are high stakes rolls. If we were at a table, I would have a dice tower, or like in Dimension 20, they have the Tower of Doom or whatever. But using D&D Beyond, all rolls are public anyways. But if you're rolling physical dice and it's something where I'm like, well, man, you need a 15 to kill this guy, or 14 or below, or you're going to die, I might ask you to go back to the D&D Beyond just to make that rule. Stars, wishes, and MVPs. At the end of every session, the last 15 minutes, we'll go into what we call stars and wishes. Has anybody done those at a table before?
I have not.
So stars and wishes is really a chance for feedback for me as well as your fellow players. You'll just say, hey, here's 3 things I really liked about the session, or here's one thing that I really liked about the session. And then wishes is like, well, I wish, we could have done this, or hey, when you made this ruling, it kind of, I don't feel like that's how it should have went. Maybe in the future we can look at ruling that a different way. It's a way for me to gather feedback from you guys at the end of the game on what I'm doing well, what your fellow players are doing well, or what you think I can improve upon. Because I'm not a perfect person, obviously, no human being is. And it's a way for us to build and grow, and I can make sure that I'm giving you guys the best product, because at the end of the day, you're my customers. And I want to make sure that I'm providing the best experience for you guys. And then we have an MVP vote. If somebody did something really awesome and you guys want to reward them, we will vote on an MVP at the end of the game, and that person will take an inspiration point. And then they just have an inspiration to use whenever they like. It could be the next session, or you could just hold on to it. I think that covers those rules. Do we have any questions on my game rules, or any feedback you guys think?
What is the inspiration exactly?
So inspiration, on your character sheet, if you go up to the top, there's a little square that says inspiration next to it. And that is a free reroll. So you roll an attack and you roll a 1 and you have an inspiration point. You can be like, I'm going to use my inspiration and try again. It's basically like a free advantage that you can use on any check. Anytime you roll a d20, it doesn't work on damage dice or anything like that, but anytime you roll a d20, if you don't like your roll and you have an inspiration point, then you can re-roll that dice. It's not just MVPs that give it out. If you guys are role playing and like a scene was like super awesome, or you give a speech and it was really cool, I hand out inspiration all the time. I love inspiration. I think it's a great mechanic to reward players. So I like using inspiration. And it's just basically you did something really cool and you get a free re-roll to use whenever you'd like. You can only hold 1 inspiration at a time, though. They don't stack.
Okay.
You guys have played before and your GMs didn't use inspiration? It's like
no.
It's like a core mechanic. It's in the rule book. Like even Baldur's Gate 3 had inspiration.
Oh yeah, I remember that from Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, you probably didn't even realize how you were earning it, but like your characters all had backgrounds, and if you did something that like addressed their background, it would pop up on the screen that they were inspired, and that would give you an inspiration point for rerolls. That's what inspiration is, and it's a core mechanic of D&D, and I can't believe you guys never got to experience that.
Well, I don't know about the rest of it, but I know I haven't.
Okay.
Our last DM gave out inspiration like it was candy.
Oh yeah.
and it also stacks. So it'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna re-roll this 5 times quick.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, it doesn't stack for me.
It was a lot.
It's not supposed to stack.
No.
Yeah, because why wouldn't I just save that for the big bad at the end and just have a bank of 30? You know, I've got 30 inspiration points, so you're screwed. Yeah, all right. Any other game rules questions? Okay, awesome. So we will move on to characters. We're going to do OSP first. Let's pull up Oculus here. You got your +1 quarterstaff. And your cloak of protection. Good, good. Stats.
Yeah, my quarterstaff +1 is great because now I get +2. Now I have a +2 to hit. With my 8 strength.
The stick you said you'd never swing.
That's right.
You got a thorn whip though.
That's true. I also like to think that for a Loxodon, the visualization of the thorn whip is like, it looks like his trunk like magically grows really long, and that's what he's slapping people with.
I like it. I like it. Okay. So have you played a druid before?
Yes, I played. My other game, I'm playing a monk druid, and then I've played a homebrew druid as well.
Okay. Good choice on spells. Good choice. I've already went over my summon rules with you. Oh yeah, I do have other game rules that I keep forgetting to add there, but every session 0 they come up. We don't have any wizards here right now, so we don't have to worry about it, but I hate the way the identify spell is written. As written, the identify spell basically just says, I don't care how powerful, ancient, or where that item came from, I can just identify it. So for me, the identify spell does not work on divine items. With my custom class, which is champion class, if you engage with the religious lore in the game long enough, I have a tracker that you guys can't see, but if you mention your god a certain amount of times through the game, you're eventually going to be rewarded with a custom class that will technically allow you to go to level 21, because I don't take away from your level up with that. And with that custom, it's basically a paladin class. It's built just like paladin, and with that comes a divine item, a weapon or a utility item granted to you by your god, and some of them are super powerful. I was talking to, I think it was Jory. No, not Jory. Patrick, your limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was asking about Lyra, the moon goddess, and I'm trying to figure out what it is about Lyra that's so attractive to the players, because every player's like, what about Lyra? And I'm like, oh man, nobody wants Xylo or Solaris or come on. Like, I've got this whole pantheon. Everybody wants the same goddess. But each god can only have one champion. So with the druid, that's going to be Callisto, and then the other ones you guys are free to pick from the pantheon, as long as it's not one of the evil gods.
Nah, Solaris for sure. Dude's a straight up paladin.
Yes, he is. That is the god of justice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When you said I could be a double paladin if I tried hard enough, incredible.
Okay, 1 second. We have a chatter who's asking a question. Jacklos says, hey, new player here. How do I find an online session for the first time? I spent all this time making a character and I can't find a session. Well, you can go to the website startplaying.games and you will find thousands of games on any given day using any kind of system you want. If you want to play Pathfinder, you want to play Dungeons and Dragons, you want to play Call of Cthulhu, Candela Obscura, you want to play Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition, there's games on there. You can also search by GMs. I am Mr. Slendy on there. We have seats available at this table if you wanted to join our game. So start playing .games. That is where I will tell you to start, and you literally have hundreds of thousands of options. You can find a table for you if mine's not the one. Thank you for your question, Jackless. Okay, back to the table. So we covered game rules. Identify. Identify is my big one. And then I have some other custom mechanics. At some points there will be mass combat. And secret devotee of Zithraxis, please, my brothers. Do not worship Zithraxis. Zithraxis is evil. No. The custom mechanics I have for mass combat include a morale system. At one point, it will be you guys against 40, 50 enemies. And I will have a morale tracker. And as you guys go and kill enemies and do cool things, that morale is going to drop. And eventually, you can scare off the rest of the enemies. But it's a way to add tension, and if the dice rolls aren't nice to you, then there could be consequences. You might have to run really, really fast. Into lore. You guys, did everybody watch the video that's in there? In lore?
I did
about
not.
Old King's Folly? I would suggest you guys, it's really pivotal to the story. I hired a voice actor to do that, and it's just it's a story about an old king who tried to ascend to godhood. Minhal used to be a monarchy, and after this king went mad and attempted to rise to godhood, it resulted in an explosion that destroyed the entire capital of Millhaven, and the people of Brimha, which is the continent you guys are on, decided that maybe monarchy isn't the way to go, and they decided to go to an elective council of 7. So if you guys get a chance in your time, go ahead and read or watch watch that, and then there's a primer in the lore section that kind of gives you a basic rundown of the history of the... Now I've got the hiccups. Awesome. Hopefully those go away soon. Primer gives you a history and rundown of the world. It goes over each god in their profile, including the evil ones. So you guys can kind of get in there. I had a dragonborn at the Wednesday table, and dragonborns don't really have a god. They worship an ancient solar dragon called Navir, and there's an entire island called Navir on the planet. So not something that we really need to dig into right now, because nobody here is playing a dragonborn as far as I know. So Boculus is a Loxodon. Druid. Let's look at your features. You took Resilient to boost your con. That looks good. So what drew you to the Loxodon race?
I've been thinking about playing one for a while, but I never just had a good opportunity, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna go Druid again, I might as well play one of the animalistic races. And I like the idea of the trunk having the ability to actually do things, not anything particularly strong, but I think it's kind of funny. And it also is I was thinking of my character a little bit as he comes from his herd, or whatever you want to call a group of Loxodons, is they're more on the outskirts of society, so he doesn't really understand societal norms. So I think there's a lot to play with in terms of like how he uses his trunk in social situations that might be odd, like how he eats using his trunk, to feed himself rather than his hands and things like that.
Right. I actually like that it's considered a large creature, and the hermit background. Yeah, my spore druid, because I play on Fridays and Mondays as a player at 2 different tables, and my spore druid in the Friday games, I took hermit, and he is just completely socially awkward. He does not know how to act. It leads to some funny situations, so that's a good way to play that.
Yeah, and then I like the, on top of the social awkwardness, I like the nature kind of druids, in that like you can play it as, it's not necessarily like good or evil, it's like nature versus the unnatural world. It's like if something happens like that could be seen as bad, you could rationalize it as like, oh, this is just the course of nature.
Exactly. Everything looks good on your character sheet. Is there anything like, you don't have to speak about it publicly if you want to keep some of your backstory and stuff private, and we can do that kind of stuff in private. Is there any more than what we had already discussed as far as your back? We kind of have a little bit of backstory built for you and why you're out in the world, but is there more that you want to build on? Do you want to give me a family tree? You want to give me maybe, people who were in your circle who I might create NPCs for, or things like that, just in case you run into them out in the world? Like, do you have siblings or that kind of thing?
Yeah, I could put something together on that. It's not going to be anything too extensive.
Yeah, no, just a paragraph or two, just something I can work with.
Yeah, and I kind of see him like a little bit as like a more serious version of like Kung Fu Panda, in that like he's kind of like, I guess, like an unlikely hero. So I kind of saw it as like them sending him out on an important task was half because they thought he could do it in half, because like he's kind of like a chaotic energy to have around, so they were like, yeah, go off and be free.
Okay. How religious do you think Oculus is as far as Callisto goes? Is it just kind of like this is just the way things are kind of thing, or were you raised to be dedicated?
I think he's pretty heavily dedicated. I think his worldview, as I've kind of see it, is like he like thinks everything that happens both to him and around him is just like the will of Callisto. So like, that's like, and then I also am a huge fan of like randomness. So you'll probably be hearing a lot of Callisto provides when I cast certain spells that have options. And because like, for example, conjure animals, I made a randomizer, so sometimes I'll just like use the randomizer, and it's like, what does Callisto bestow upon me on this day, that type of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So I think he's pretty heavily religious, but it's definitely not like he's going out into the world to like spread the good word of Callisto, but like if someone asks him, he'll be like, yeah, come here, like come join the good guys over here.
So you guys are the first group with a druid at any of my Minhal tables, which is good because there's a lot of travel in this game, and travel is like its own mini game in and of itself. I track rations, I track water, to make sure, that you guys are taking care of yourselves on the road.
Please tell me you took Goodberry, dude.
He did. That's why I said.
Oh yeah. Goodberry. Thank God. So
you guys are going to save money on rations. With a druid in your party. The Wednesday table has a ranger, and he hunts for them, but there's been a couple times where the hunting escapades have turned. He was trying to teach the wizard how to set snares, and the wizard rolled a natural 1. So and the wizard's a little fairy named Timber, and so I had him accidentally step into the snare that was being set, and he got flung up in the air. It was funny. It's good role play. But yeah, okay, Oculus, your character sheet looks in order. Doesn't look like you fudged anything, and I'm gonna call it good to go.
The way that I play is I kind of like to like make things more difficult on myself if I can. Like in the past when I've done rolled stats where I like rolled really well, I was like, can I have like lower numbers? So I'm like very excited for the 6. And then also, I don't think any of my characters have ever really been built around like doing an exceptional amount of damage. So that definitely will not be coming from Boculus.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I prefer rolled stats because let the dice decide. Because there are too many YouTubers, and no offense to you other content creators out there, but there are too many of you putting out these YouTube shorts, teaching these new players how to build these ridiculous builds and just break the game. And
Absolutely.
I'm talking to you. I mean, you could be upset at me, but I'm talking to you out there. Stop teaching these new guys how to just completely break the game. I'm a min-maxer, but I had to learn the hard way. Stop giving these guys the cheat codes, okay? Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on to Andrea. Let's look at what you got here. So you went with human. Is that set in stone?
Yes. I was looking at Shattered Kai, and I usually play a edgy character, so I wanted to try to change it up a bit.
Okay, you were that guy. Yeah. Everybody's been that guy at some point. Don't worry about it. We've all had our rogue orphan, our tiefling rogue orphan who wasn't accepted. We've all played him. Okay, you took a +1 Maul. Echo Knights, man. I love Echo Knights. You still get a teleport even without playing Shattered Kai as an Echo Knight.
Essentially, I'm kind of undecided on the Crusher feat. I might go with the Great Weapon Master. I'm not too sure yet.
Okay, let me go into your inventory. Everybody took Cloak of Protection? All of you?
We're a fashion forward group.
Yeah. Oh, man.
We can just make them squad uniforms, honestly.
Yeah, there you go. So, Maul +1, breastplate. Okay, so looking at your inventory, I want to let all of you know right now.
Yep.
Mundane items. If you want thieves tools, if you want smithing tools, if you want a jeweler's kit, you guys have been in the world. You exist. Boculus, I don't know how that applied to you, but if you want like a herbalism kit, something like that, mundane stuff, go ahead. If you want to say that your character is dabbling with a loot and you want to have a loot, not that it's going to give you any of the bard, benefits, but if you want to say you're trying to learn to play the loot, then take a loot. I will say, you guys might want to have tents. You got a lot of travel. You guys might, want to bring some rope along. As I'm looking at your inventory, Andrea, and you're pretty bare. So mundane items.
I haven't really put anything in.
I don't track encumbrance, but if I go to your inventory list and you're carrying 600 pounds, I might be like, come on, bud, let's trim this down a bit. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing there. Let's go to your features and traits. So you took the defense fighting style to get that boost in AC. Echo Knight, I already know all that stuff. Echo Knight has pissed me off more than once at the Wednesday table, where she puts her Echo right in front of the big boss, and it's got to worry about this stupid Echo before it can go hit the people that matter. So the Crusher feat, you're not sure about.
Yeah.
Sentinel. God damn you.
That's gonna stay.
That's a good feat, I gotta say. All I will say is you got to have your feet picked before we start session 1 next week. That's it.
Okay.
Just let me know when you have it.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on the background. I was kind of flip flopping between what I wanted to do for the background, but I've kind of decided on something. I need to type it out now. I'll get it to you.
Well, what kind of character do you want to play? That's what the session's for, my friend. Let's brainstorm.
Some sort of knight, for sure. A little bit of
Brimha does have an army, a collective army.
Who does?
Brimha, the continent that you're on with the council, they have an army that answers directly to the council.
Okay, perfect.
So if you wanted to be a member, you can look at the map and pretty much pick any town or place you'd like to be at. Humans are, just like in every fantasy world, prolific. They are everywhere.
Okay.
I will say, don't pick Crag Swamp. I will get into Crag Swamp when I go over locations and stuff here in a little bit. But, you know, do you know what kind of arc you want to take yet? Do you know the kind of like themes and stuff you want to explore? Is it a knight who's disgraced? Is it a knight who, have you been sent to Tosin to investigate the goblins? You know,
Yeah, I would
yourself?
like to go that route.
Okay.
I would like some a bit of course, tragedy in his background a bit. He is a bit religious.
Okay.
Um,
So are you gonna play the Echo as like, you know why you have this ability? It's just like a skill you were taught. Is it something
That's
your
a good
character like
question.
innately had, or because like I told you, like the Wednesday table, she sees her Echo as her sister that she lost. She also went with being in the army, but she was in the Dwarven army, which is separate. And so her Echo she sees as like her sister's spirit, and if you try to tell her otherwise, she will rip your head off. It's this like schizophrenia delusion thing that she's doing. It's led to some really great role play. Like I said, she cried at the table. What's up, Spidey Girl Gaming? How you doing? It's good to see you. Welcome back. It's been a while. Okay, so yeah, you don't have a whole lot filled out on there. No notes or anything yet.
not yet.
Yeah, remember to fill out your height, weight, age, especially for all of you. That kind of thing. That way I can reference back to it. That kind of stuff. And, you know, if you happen to get aged by an angry god or something like that. But other than that, your character sheet is looking good. You get +1 on all saves. Gotta love that little feature there. All of you have that from the Cloak of Protection. Oh yeah, I do have one rule. The free item I gave you, your +1 and your stuff, you can give that stuff away, or you know, or whatever. You're not selling it for 20,000 gold at the first magic shop you come to. Just letting you guys know as we move on to Sir Paddington, the werebear paladin. Best stats out of everybody. Your rolls were on point.
The first set, yeah. The second set, I feel like was right on par with the other guys.
Yeah. Well, you didn't get any single digits. Like everything is either 0 or
Yeah.
above. Really lucky on those rolls.
Well, RNG just kind of knew what I was planning with Sir Paddington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah, Paladin of Redemption.
Okay. Did you pick a god yet?
Yeah, Solaris, for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Looks like a very smite-heavy god from your description.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Make sure you read that primer. Definitely get in there. So, you've got an amulet and chainmail. Again, I'm gonna, you guys are gonna travel a lot, so don't be afraid to take tents and that kind of stuff. You're not gonna have to worry about rations. So you got that, unless, you guys separate the party, which I fully am behind. If you guys want to split the party at any time, I won't even give you a warning. I'll just let you do it. Okay. Features and traits. Of course, you got your lay on hands. You went with the defense fighting style as well.
Yeah, two-handed weapon. No shield.
Okay. My sacred oath, oath spells. There we go. Let's get down to feats. Inspiring leader.
I thought that was fitting with Paddington lore.
I cannot wait to hear your speeches.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you do it for 10 minutes, but you might have to give me.
No, I'll give you the gist of what he's saying. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want you to not, like, I usually play, Salty can back this up too, like, super weird characters, like edge characters. But I think this guy's gonna be a real stick in the mud.
Oh yeah.
Not to the hindrance of other people, but absolutely paladin.
Oh yeah. No, play up the paladin stuff, man. This is a really religious world. Religion is a big part of this story and this overall campaign, and lots of the themes are religion. Minhal as a planet is a very young planet. This isn't the Old King's Folly is like, that's what separated the gods from the people. The gods walked among mortals and were ever present, and what that led to King Fulwindorley going, you know, I see Oranthia every day. Why can't that be me? I can use the magic they gave us. Why can't I be a god? And that madness. And then so the gods, when that happened, were like, you know what? Maybe we need to take a step back and separate for a while and go to our own plane. And it was the real first separation from the mortals that the gods have done. And you went with the noble background. So were you down with playing it up like I told you that when you got infected with your werebear? That's what.
Yeah, so I was doing some real thinking on it. I do want to play around with the werebear thing. I was thinking more, especially like I said, I wanted to line it up with more accurately to Paddington lore. I think he is adopted, which kind of adds an illegitimacy to the noble line. And beyond that, I think he's the only child, like an adopted child, which, you know, especially with his werebear curse, I think displaying more later on, not initially as a child.
Okay.
It really kind of ostracized his family and his parents.
Okay. So does Sir Paddington walk around in bear form most of the time, or is it?
Yeah, I understand the shifting mechanics in combat. So, like, I'm not trying to bend those rules, but flavor wise, yeah.
Okay. No, I'm fine with it. I'm just the temporary hit points thing. That is what we'll use your shift ability for.
Yeah, and the +1 AC.
And don't you get 4 temporary hit points as well?
I think it's 1d6. Yeah, it's 1d6 and then +1 AC.
Shift.
It's not
As a bonus
huge.
action, you can shift and assume a more bestial form and gain 4 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Your transformation lasts for 1 minute. So for 10 rounds, you would get the 4 temporary hit points, and you can do that 2 times per long rest. But I am totally cool with story-wise you walking around as a bear.
No, on Beast Tide, it says an additional 1d6.
Oh, on your character sheet here is what I was reading.
The
right
sub.
off.
Sorry.
Okay. But other than that, so yeah, I like that. Just give me a blurb by next week of your backstory and what you see it as. Any kind of NPCs that you could give me, you know, family and that kind of thing. Being a noble, your family would come from Brighton, which is the new capital, which is in the southeast of the continent. It's the biggest city left standing, and on Brimha. So most likely a noble family would reside from there. So you can use Brighton as your point of origin for your story. Other than that, the character sheet looks great, and that goes. So now, yes, he's playing Paddington Bear, the paladin. That was a chatter asking to make sure they heard you correctly. Yep, playing Paddington Bear, the noble werebear. Just Pad. I'm gonna have to just say Pad so that I don't laugh every time I say it.
Surrington is just as good.
Surrington. That kind of feels like a tongue twister.
I think his dad's name is going to be Carrington, so
Carrington.
I'll make it fun for you.
Ington?
Yeah, I'll make it fun for you. Don't worry.
Carrington Ington.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I really appreciate you guys. So now we're gonna get to where you guys start off the story next week. session 1. That will be in the city of Tosin, which is in the northeast of the continent of Brimha near Crag Swamp. We will talk about Tosin first, and then I'll talk about Crag Swamp, because Crag Swamp is pretty important to Minhal lore. Tosin is the agricultural hub of the continent of Brimha. 60% of all food that is grown for the entire continent comes from Tosin. The area is important because Oranthia, the first goddess to step foot on the planet, this is the place where her feet landed. And because of that, the soil is divine. Crops grow year-round, no matter the weather conditions. The crops that grow there are divinely blessed. Like sunflowers are the size of wagon wheels. Apple trees as big as redwoods. Imagine corn on the cob that you would have to hold like a baby because it's so big. So Tosin is not like your typical farming village where you would have your peasant farmers and your serfs. In order to become a farmer in Tosin, you've got to go and get a license. They've got to interview you. It's like, imagine if New York City was an agricultural based city instead of a service based city. It's dense, it's big, and to become a farmer there is to be a noble in Tosin. Only the best of the best on the entire continent get the privilege of being a farmer in Tosin. There is a temple to Oranthia here. It is the largest temple to Oranthia on Brimha. It's got a giant spire. It's really an impressive cathedral. And sorry, the chatter said you have to do all your inspiring speeches with a sandwich in your hand, Sir Paddington.
Say less, like it'll be done, you know. Easy.
So you guys are all here. So now we're gonna get to nitty gritty. Do you guys want to have already known each other when you have arrived, or are we gonna do the typical you all meet in a tavern stereotype? I mean, you guys are all friends outside of here, so I feel like if you wanted to play that your characters knew each other, it would make the transition easier. But you can meet in the tavern. I love that D&D trope. Stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason when it comes to D&D, and meeting in a tavern just works.
You can just see each other in a bar and be like, sick cloak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you all come to the party wearing the same dress.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Somebody storms out. I like this. So the tavern that you guys are going to start out with in Tosin is called Logan's Last Chance. And it's run by NPC who is in the NPC Rolodex channel. You guys can give that a look over too. It gives you the basic like starter NPCs. But Logan Certain is a 50-some-year-old failed adventurer. He would have made it in adventuring, but he took an arrow to the knee, and so he's got this overbearing wife named Melinda, and she's a real firecracker, and she's on him all the time. And this pub is fairly new, and it's his last chance. If the pub doesn't work out, Melinda's taking the kids and leaving. So that's why he named his pub Logan's Last Chance. And he's a great character. He's got all these extravagant stories of adventures that he probably didn't actually go on. His pub is decorated with shields and animal heads, and he's really a fun NPC.
Typically, I have feel about that. Sorry.
Yeah, thankfully no elephant heads on the wall.
Oh goodness, that would not be a good time.
No, I think there's some boar, some pig. There's a tiger head. I'm trying to remember from the map what's all on there. Yeah, so that you guys will meet in that tavern. That's where we'll open up next week. And so you guys want to do the stranger thing, and the stranger thing is perfectly fine. We can role play that you guys all meet in the bar, and then an event will happen and it'll kick off the story. I told you that Tosin was near Crag Swamp because Crag Swamp is pretty important, and all of your characters, especially Baculus, would know about Crag Swamp. Crag Swamp is a very dangerous part of the continent of Brimha. It is a place where the veil between the material plane and the Fey plane is very thin. So Fey creatures often make their way from the Fey realm into the swamps. So you can experience everything from hags to fairies to redcaps. It's not a place that many people travel willingly. And you guys will, have an opportunity to venture that way. But I just wanted to let you guys know that whenever Crag Swamp comes up, your characters would feel a little bit of trepidation. Or maybe not. Being a paladin of Solaris, you could be like, I want to march in there and destroy everything.
Fiery death sounds appropriate.
Death to hags, no deals. Let's talk about orcs in the world of Minhal for a bit. So the Fire Pass is a gigantic continent-spanning mountain range that divides the orc territories of the north from the civilized society in the south. And for 2 millennia, the dwarves have held strong and thwarted almost every orc attempt at coming south. While you may have seen half orcs in the world, they are rare. Nobody here would have ever seen an orc. An orc has not been spotted south of the mountains in 400 years. When the king was attempting his ascension and armies were gathered to try and stop the ascension, the orcs found an opportunity 400 years ago to try and make a surge. But thankfully, the dwarven army was able to quell that and fight them back. So not many of the orcs made it south of the mountain. If you experience an orc in your travels, it would be a scary sight and a reason to panic if an orc is seen south of the mountains. So that is the appropriate way to roleplay if you see an orc in Greater Brimha. I just dumped so much information on you guys. I hope somebody was taking notes, or you know what?
Yeah,
I'll post this video in the recap channel here on the Discord so that you're able to go back and rewatch to pick up stuff you might have missed and stuff like that. Any questions for me? I just want to say real quick, I'm doing a session 0 right now, and I just hit my record for most concurrent viewers on Twitch. So welcome everybody. Feel free to jump in the chat.
Wow.
Say something. This is cool. Episode after episode, and I do a session 0, and that's when I break my record, talking about the game instead of playing it.
Makes sense. The nitty gritty.
Yeah, this is the part that not a whole lot of people get to see, Critical Role doesn't post their session 0s. You hear that, Matt Mercer? You hear that? No, I'm kidding. I happen to love Critical Role. It got me back into D&D back in 2015. So no questions about the world, your characters. Nobody has anything to say. Okay, go ahead.
I guess, what is the pathing for a paladin in this world? Like, do they join the knights or the clergy?
The clergy.
That's what I thought.
the fact that Brimha has its own army is actually kind of a new thing as well. Like I told you, the gods just 400 years ago walked around like the Templars, the Paladins. They were the army, and they directly answered to the gods. But when that separation happened, Brimha formed its own army, and a lot of like the army leadership are former Paladins who have volunteered to train up new troops. But Paladins are definitely a part of the clergy.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no
The
problem.
insight.
Absolutely. That's what this is for. Any questions like that? Because just remember, get all the information out of me that you can now, because after this, it's going to cost you rolls. It's going to take history checks to get information after tonight, guys.
I did have a question. Pertaining to my character, would it be possible to gain powers from like a blessing, for example, like for backstory wise?
So the divine champion stuff is really later level stuff. You've really got to show me that you're engaging with the religious lore of the world to get those kind of benefits. So for now, the way I see it, your divine smite is a power that's been bestowed upon you.
I meant sort of like in like my character's backstory, like
sorry,
Echo
the
Knight?
human.
Yes,
So-
yes. If it was like could it be like a blessing from a god or something like that?
Your echo power?
Yes.
And are you wanting to go with Lyra?
Um,
Is that the way you're leaning?
I don't know yet, but most likely.
If you can write up in a backstory a way that would, if you could justify it,
Okay.
yeah. If you could tell me why a god, what you did that would give you that a god would notice you and it's compelling, I'll let you do it.
Okay. Sounds good.
I want you to come up with the reason. It's not something I want to give you for free. If you come up with a good story and it's compelling, absolutely.
All right. I can do that.
Or it could even be something that manifested and your character chalked it up to a god, you know? Maybe you gave the god credit because you didn't know.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. Okay.
You know? That's what I do, guys. I tell stories. I weave tales. OSP, any questions?
Yeah, technical question for
Okay.
wild shaping.
All right.
Do you, because I know wild shaping is like specifically says somewhere in there, it's like you can transform into animals that you've seen, beasts that you've seen.
I allow any beast as long as it's within that the CR restriction.
Okay.
I hold strong to that. I can guarantee you that my spore druid on Friday nights has never seen a T-Rex, but I love a T-Rex. Can't beat a good T-Rex,
Lovely.
especially when the sorcerer will cast enlarge on that T-Rex.
Yeah, I'm more of like a giant goat or giant walrus kind of guy, but I see the appeal of a T-Rex too.
Yeah. Yeah. Or a giant ape. That's a good one. But those are the power gamer min-max ones, you know? I've been spoiled by you YouTube content creators who keep telling me how to maximize my damage, all right? You guys need to calm down on the YouTube shorts. Okay.
I do have
I
one
guess
more
one
question.
other question. Oh,
Oh,
go
yeah,
ahead.
you can go. You can go.
For whereabouts does Boculus, like what wilderness area does he hail from?
Didn't I post that for you?
Was that in there?
Or did I send you a message? No, it's right here. It's in out of game chat.
Is it the tree thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So north of Vidale, that tree is the Eternal Canopy. It's a pretty important place for Callisto. That is.
Lovely. And that's just like Is that that's like a large
You're an elephant.
foresty area?
It's actually mostly grasslands as an elephant.
Okay. Yeah.
But the tree itself represents where there is a small little forest grove kind of thing, and but that tree is just, compared to everything else that grows there, it's gargantuan.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, north of Vidale. Somebody else had a question?
Yes. How much rations could we start with?
You could start with as many as you think you would carry, but you do have a druid in the group.
Yeah, true.
You know, I think if you were on the road, coming from wherever you were coming from, you know, you might have had 2 weeks worth of rations on you.
Okay.
So 14 rations, you know?
How much gold am I supposed to start with? Is that just the 30? That you,
Yeah, that was in character
character
3.
sheets.
Yeah, so 30 gold piece, 25 silver, 15 copper.
Nice.
Or you could choose to start with less if you want to play that your character's more destitute, which I know Boculus did. He said, I'm a druid hermit, why would I have this gold? Which makes complete sense. Now we will move on to talk about Trendle's Trove of this and that, which isn't completely set up in your channel yet. Oops, I messed up. Let me get some copy pasta in there for you guys. So Trendle's Trove of this and that is your go-to magic shop here in your base city of Tosin. It's run by a gnomish wizard by the name of Trendle. She's quite old and adorable. Has anybody ever seen or heard of sane magical item pricing?
No.
Okay, so Sane is this really great resource that prices magical items in the world. And I use that for my games. That way I don't have to Google and figure out things, and I will post the PDF. So if ever you guys go to a magic shop and are trying to buy items, you can refer to this Google Drive document to see how much that item will cost. If you're selling items back, they sell back for 1/2 of their price. And I will post that document in there now. Boom. That is sane magical prices. So when you guys are in Tosin, or any town or city big enough, large enough to have a magic shop, we will use that to price your items. I am very generous with loot. I roll on loot tables, but the loot tables I roll on typically have been out of control. There was at one point my Wednesday table at level 4 ended up with +3 plate mail in the roll, and I caught it way too late. So now the fighter has a 23 AC, and I just never hit her at all. It's ridiculous. So now I pay more attention to my loot table, but it is still pretty generous. The off-time roleplay channel, I'll post examples. My other tables use these. If you guys are at camp, or you know, you've got your you guys are at camp and you want to have a conversation with each other in the night, but the game's over, you guys can continue your role play all week in the off-time roleplay channel. You guys can use post. If there's an NPC you want to talk to, you just write down in there like the conversation you want to have with that NPC on the side, and when I got my chance, I'll reply to you. It's almost like a play-by-post secondary option, so that, you know, Thursdays aren't your only time to play. If you want to keep continuing on a scene, you guys can do so there. That's an option for you. Downtime actions, I got to post that for you guys. There are times when you will have some weeks where you're holed up in a city or something like that with some downtime, and you want to plan a heist, or you want to learn a language and that kind of thing. So These are just mini games that we'll play in the channel, and you can learn skills and grow your character that way. I think I've pretty much covered all of that. And the way I always love to close out my session zeros, of course, keep asking questions if you guys want. I'm not saying at all that we have to be finished now. You guys have me booked for 2.5 to 3 hours. I like running a mock combat so you guys can try out your characters.
Oh,
And that way you can... So let me go to my encounters. We will throw your characters on a map and you guys will get to fight. And that way you can be like, you know what? This is actually not what I want to play. And let me think of something else. So where is the encounter I'm looking for? There we are. Oh, nope. It is trying to build it for my Wednesday table. 1 second, let me... While I'm doing this, are there any more questions, comments, concerns? How's everything sounding to you guys so far? Sound like something you're interested in? Or are you thinking
Yeah.
maybe you
Sounds
made the
great.
wrong choice? Now's the time to tell me.
Sounds good. Oculus is about to have some severe trauma in the first setting with animal heads on the wall. He's not going to have a good time with that.
Nice. For backstory, is like a paragraph good?
Absolutely. Paragraph 2. Just give me the gist. Something that I can build off of and build your own personal side quest and that kind of stuff. If you want to just put like bullet points on there of things like you'd like to see or like side quests that you'd like to have and that kind of thing. I love personalizing this game. No two tables play the same at all. This is my session 0 encounter. We're going to pull that up. I'm going to move that over here. Let's get a map up for you guys. Once I post this map link, it will work every week. The link never changes for the campaign. I know somebody's probably going to stream snipe the link, and that'll be awesome. Not. Launch maps. And I will switch the stream over so that our viewers can see the map. I need to go to window capture. Which one of these is the map? Nope. Is it this one? This one. Okay, done. We will just go to a basic grassy field. Don't need to get fancy or reveal any of my really cool custom maps quite yet. Okay, we're gonna get your tokens on the screen real quick. I know you guys can't see it yet. I'll get you there in a second. And drill. Oculus. Sir Paddington. And look at my encounter builder. I'm going to put you up against 3 goblins. A goblin boss. 2 goblin bosses. Heck, let's go out of there. Okay. And now I will get a link for you. And if you guys if you look over where it says Minhal, the voice chat we're in, there's a little chat bubble. If you click that, it'll bring up a chat on the right side of your screen. There's now a link there. And what you need to do is have that link open in one tab and then your character sheet open in another. Okay, got 2 of you in.
Sorry, what was that? I was zoned. I won't lie.
If you pull up the chat for the voice channel, it's the little speech bubble where it says Minhal. There's a link there that'll pull up the map.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yep.
And then in another tab, go ahead and open up your character sheet. I will open up the encounter. Going to run it. And then if you guys would go ahead and roll initiative.
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, good thing it's just practice, guys. Woo.
I'm ready to go.
So the chatters say they're looking for some highbrow plays here, guys. Show me your leadership capabilities. Show me your leadership capabilities. Oh.
I'd like to spend 10 minutes before the battle shoring up my allies.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear your speech.
Just right. Now I know I don't know you gentlemen very well, but these are some goblins, and everybody knows what goblins deserve.
Okay, yeah, let me place them on the field. Get him in a semi-phalanx kind of deal here. Sir Paddington, you are first.
Nice. All right. Is there like a? There's not.
You kind of just got to count squares, unfortunately.
Yep. That's fine. Cannot exactly reach. And yeah, he's not really spells aren't really for combat for this guy. I guess he'll just shift for the bonus action, and we'll just stand there.
Okay, go ahead and add your 4 temporary hit points. That'll last 10 rounds. It just so happens that goblin is going to save you the trouble, though, because he's up first. Or next. He's going to come in here, and he's going to swing his scimitar at you. He rolled a natural 1. This is a good time to explain my natural 1 rule, which I did not cover. Anytime you roll a natural 1 and you're in melee with a opponent, they will get an attack of opportunity. If an opponent rolls a natural 1, you get an attack of opportunity, and it does not use your reaction. It is just a free attack. So, Sir Paddington, feel free to attack that goblin.
Attack him! Heck yeah! I rolled a nat 1.
Okay, so the goblin's going to swing his scimitar again.
All right. I like this game.
19 to hit.
It's like that's my AC.
That is 8 damage.
God, all my temp HP is gone.
There you go. Next up is a goblin boss. It is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and get flanking on you.
God.
And swing his scimitar. 18 to hit.
Nah, 19 well shifted.
Okay, so he misses. He swings again because he has multi-attack. Crit.
Oh God.
So that's 8 plus the roll for 13 more slashing damage.
All right, guys, I got another one lined up. We're fine.
And this goblin moves in.
Just getting gang banged.
That's not the terminology I would use, but He's going to swing a scimitar for a 19 to hit.
Yep.
I rolled a 1 on the damage, so that's 3 slashing. 5, 10, 15, 20. That is a 22 to hit for 7 slashing damage. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25. You lucked out. You couldn't make it there. Boculus, you are up.
Thank God.
Lovely.
Thanks, Solaris.
This is of course how he starts his first turn.
Yes. Please do that all the time.
So I'm gonna drop my spirit totem
That was amazing.
right on top of where Sir Paddington is, and for Sir Paddington, I guess we'll summon the bear spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna put it, I guess, in the middle so that it hits all three of us, since it's 30-foot radius. I think I can hit
Would you say it's a
everybody.
black bear, a brown bear, cave bear, polar bear?
I think it's probably a cave bear.
Put it where you want it.
Perfect. Grab. Wait, how do I grab you?
You just click it and drag it.
There we go. Yeah, I think I'll just like put it here so we all get the D8 temporary hit points.
Okay.
And then for my action, I will just, let's see, how far away are these guys? Let me just move one spot if I can. How do I grab? Oh, come on, let me grab the token. I'm just getting stuck. Oh, there we go on the pan. I'm gonna just move to here and Thorn Whip this goblin boss.
This one?
Yep,
Okay.
that's not it though.
Unfortunately, it's not.
And then just be sad, and that's it.
Andrew.
All right. Andrew's gonna say a prayer before he charges into battle. He is going to move here.
Okay, you get advantage if you attack that goblin boss because he is flanked.
Awesome. I'm gonna use my bonus action to summon my echo.
Okay, so let me get your echo out here. I will mark your echo with purple so that we know that that is your echo. You can place that wherever you like, within 30 feet, I think, right?
Yes. Actually, no, 15 feet of.
Oh,
yeah,
15?
feet of me. Yeah. I'll put it.
Sorry, it's the 30s
Yeah,
later
fine.
levels.
And yeah, I'll attack this goblin.
Okay, so you're attacking the goblin first?
Yes, with advantage, right?
Yep, with advantage. That hits?
As a 22.
Yep, it's dead. Oop. 22 damage on a creature with 7 hit points. It's not only dead, it never existed.
That's the to hit roll though on both of those. Says
Oh, that was to hit. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Well, I told you you hit, so I immediately expected damage. Well, it still killed it.
Yeah, 12 damage, yeah.
Yep. You want that second hit to be on that goblin boss? Or no, that was with advantage, so you roll twice. If you right click on the button, you can roll with advantage. You can select advantage,
Oh, I
and
did not
it'll
know that.
automatically roll the 2 dice for you, just so you know.
The goblin's dead, correct?
Oh yeah, that goblin's dead.
Okay. I think that's all my movement. I think I'll
Don't you have
in my
unleash?
turn there.
You have unleash incarnation, right?
yeah,
you have
but
action surge, so you could attack again. But you don't have to use them this turn.
Oh, but the goblin's dead, right?
That goblin's dead, but you got a goblin boss right in front of you that you could attack.
Which one?
This guy.
Oh, that's who I thought I was attacking. Okay.
No, that's the goblin
Oh.
boss. I thought you were attacking the goblin that was right in front of Sir Pennington
Oh, no.
with your echo.
I guess I'll attack that one too. I'll action search and I'll attack that one.
Okay.
17.
That hits. You had advantage. Was that with advantage?
I don't think so.
Roll again just to see if you crit.
I did
Okay,
not.
yep. Well, 13 damage. He is bloodied. I will mark him with red.
Unleash Incarnation. $16.
16 unfortunately misses.
That's not with advantage again, right? Or
Yeah, it should have been with advantage. Yeah, it's flanked.
that
So
is a
one more time.
25.
That hits.
10 damage.
He is dead. Sir
Awesome.
Paddington,
I'll
Andriel
end
is
my
saving
turn
your
then.
life.
Nice. Yeah.
You owe this guy a beer. It is your turn, Sir Paddington.
All right. Let me get a better swing. Let me attack the goblin to the right of me.
This one
Yes.
or this one? Okay, the first one. Okay, 19 definitely hits.
Nice. And we're just sending it on this, right?
Heck yeah, man.
Oh, let's just smite him. Let's just send it.
Yeah, man.
I know he's instantly dead on my first because it's 2d6 plus 5, but
Yeah.
let me hold on. How do I charge a smite into this? Is there like a button I can just click
There's
for it?
17, and then you click the smite button, and that'll roll smite.
Yeah.
So 10 more. So 27 damage on that 7 hit point creature.
Yeah, he's extra dead. Straight to Solaris.
Disintegrated.
And then you guys are going to love this one. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Sanctuary.
Oh, so anything that wants to attack you needs to make a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a good one. Because that goblin that's left is there, and he is going to make a wisdom save with his -1 wisdom. It's 15. What's your save?
My save is
DC?
14. Yep.
Okay. He's going to swing his scimitar. That's a 17 to hit.
Well, thankfully.
Misses. Yeah, he no longer has advantage, so now we are going to have this goblin boss who's going to 5, 10, 15. Indriel, he's going to attack you.
Okay.
Let me pull up the right stat sheet. He's going to swing his scimitar 2 times. First one is a 9 to hit. Second one is a 19 to hit for 7 slashing damage.
Okay. Second one hit.
And Baculus, you are up.
Okay. Healing word 2nd level on the bear man
There you go.
for 9, and then just a good old thorn whip on the regular goblin.
Okay.
Sad.
Yep, unfortunately, your trunk does not hit.
That's it.
Okay. Andrio, you are up. You have a goblin boss in your face.
All right.
You do have advantage on attacks because he's flanked by Sir Paddington.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Nope, you're fine.
That is a 22.
Definitely hits.
11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. He is bloodied.
Now we'll use Unleash Incarnation.
Okay. To attack from your echo, so your echo would have to move forward 5 feet. And it also gets advantage because it is flanked.
Oh.
Unfortunately, and well, that's just one roll. Go ahead and roll your second one.
That misses.
Unfortunately, it does. Sir Paddington, you are back up.
Oh, there's still 2.
Mhm.
There is.
All right. Let's hit the big guy. Give up the sanctuary.
Okay.
Oh, that's not going to do it.
No, it doesn't. But you have advantage on the attack. He's flanked.
Oh, right. Sorry. I'll right click next time. Oh, 24. Sure, that's got to hit.
That definitely hits.
Yes.
Oh, yep.
Max
Dead.
damage.
Dead.
Nice.
10 damage. All right. Any bonus actions? You gonna lay on hands on yourself?
That's an action, right?
Oh, is it?
As an action, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
Dang. No, that's it.
Okay. That goblin is going to take... You know what? If I'm playing the goblin like I'd play a goblin, the disengage option, and he's going to run away. 25, 30. Okay. Poculus, you were up.
Right. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
And, good old entangle on this Joker.
Okay. It's a deck save.
Yeah, strength.
Strength. Okay. And they are not very good at that. Yes. He fails. That's a 5.
Huzzah. He's not getting away from us.
Yeah, I will mark him with... Or maybe not. It's not going to allow me to. Or I need to zoom out. I will mark him with green for entangled.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Andriel.
Let me try to move. And I will
Move your
bonus
echo.
action. Yes, summon my echo next to the goblin.
Okay.
Take a swipe at him.
Go ahead. Poor guy.
That is
Definitely
18.
hits. How do you want to do this?
Oh, damage. I guess magical moon-colored glistening portal appears, and Maul comes through and smashes the goblin on top of the head.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Victory!
Yes. You have no idea how much I love that. That is... Man. Nowhere else in the world can you have this much joy and get paid for it. I am going to pull this up, get us back to the Discord channel. All right. Everybody happy with how their stuff works?
Oh yeah.
You want to fight a dragon?
Easy.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll throw a
Considering my
wyvern on
two
there.
My 2 damage options are 2d4 plus 3 and 1d6, so I don't see how that would be problematic at all.
Throw a little challenge rating 3 wormling on there for you guys. Oh, let's see. Create encounter. Wormling. Which one looks fun? Oh, I've got Fizbin's.
Wait, can we long rest our
treasure.
characters back up or
Yeah,
not?
yeah. We're just having fun here, guys. We're learning how to play our
Okay.
characters before the game starts. Trust me, this will help us when the first combat happens. Let's go with a bronze dragon wormling. It says that this is a medium encounter for you guys. We shall see. We're going to call this dragons. Save. Let's pull it up. Let's click run encounter. Let me get a token for wormling. Boom. Man, they're tiny. That is kind of underwhelming, isn't it? Let me pull this back up so that the viewers can see it. We have a chatter that says, remember to start shouting your deity's name before you wade into combat, boys, so you can get your champion paladin level. Okay, yeah, just give them all the cheat codes. I'll have you guys roll initiative. Andrea, I was rude. I moved you like way far back. Let's go ahead and allow you right here. Man, these initiative rolls are killing you guys today. You guys might want to think about the alert feat at your next level
That's
up.
fine. I don't do anything until level 4 anyways.
All right, so the wormling's up first. He's going to move up. For right now, I'm going to make your cave bear invisible. We're in a new combat. He's going to... let's see here. Yeah. Nope. Back here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And he is going to shoot his lightning breath, which is a straight line right through you guys. So I need dexterity saves from Boculus and Sir Paddington.
Excuse me, sir. I'm a charisma caster, and you didn't give me a chance to romance the wormling.
Oh, yeah. No. There will be no seducing the dragons at my table,
All
sir.
right. You said a dex save?
Yeah.
That one. Did I persuade it? -1. Did I seduce it?
Rocks fall from the sky. You don't know where from you're dead. So let's see. That is 19 damage if you failed, and half as much. We'll call it 10 on a save. I'm going to.
What's the save number?
12.
Hey, we did it.
Yep. Indrio, you are up.
All right. Oh, I'm over here. Okay. I'll move. And I'll summon my echo next to the wormling.
Okay.
And I'll attack.
Heck yeah.
15.
15 misses.
I'm gonna use Unleash Incarnation and try again. 13.
Misses.
I'll end my turn there.
Boculus, you are up. Boculus?
I'm going to yell, Callisto be praised, and then transform into a Rathe. Is that how you say it? The cow thing?
Oh, the Roth.
The Roth?
Oh, Rothe.
Yes, I want to be a cow now. Elephants were fun, but cows are better.
There you go. There's your new token.
That's yeah, and I mean, it doesn't matter too much, but I think it's large, so I can intimidate the dragon.
Okay, you can make your attempt.
No, I'm just gonna walk up to him, and that's it.
You're feeding the dragon a steak?
Exactly. Over here, maybe.
Okay, Sir Paddington.
Right. I'll just walk up the 15 feet or whatever.
Yep, you get advantage on your attacks. He is now flanked.
Well, let's give it a swing. Nat 20.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna do the smite thing. So you got to re-explain. So that's automatically
Max.
so 16 damage added on, guaranteed for smite.
Correct. Plus
And
whatever your
then-
max weapon damage is.
2d6. So that's
Plus-
12
plus-
plus 5, 17.
Okay, so 17 plus, you said 16?
16. Yeah, for 2d8 for smite.
Okay, so that's 33 damage. And now you
And now-
roll.
Now I roll regular. That's that. And
So
then
now
let
we're
me
at
roll my
44.
smite.
$54 damage is almost double the wormling's health, and you kill him. I'm just interested. Let's just throw a fucking regular dragon on here. Let's see what you guys got.
It's just a crit, really. They all lucked out there.
Let's see what you got. Go ahead,
What's that
long
thing have like
rest your
300
character.
health?
Let me build this encounter. We're gonna go until you guys can't go anymore. Let's see. That's a sapphire. Adult sapphire. Challenge rating 15. You guys are gonna die here, but it's okay.
Yeah, there's no way.
Nah, it's easy. This is just like a bigger version of the other one. No
Yeah.
problem. It's not even stronger. It's just bigger.
I haven't even seen its stat block yet. I'm probably being okay.
Guys, I don't think this is going to make the difference, but don't forget the 7 temp HP from the Ideal World Inspiring Leader.
Yep. And go ahead and roll initiative again.
This thing's going to one-tap the whole party.
Probably.
I hit another 20.
I got
I
4
mean it.
again.
That was awesome. Man, your initiative rolls,
Whoa.
Buck. Need to up that dex. Sir Paddington, you are first.
All right.
As this
I mean,
gigantic
charge my
sapphire dragon looks at you and tells you, "Get off my lawn."
all right. Let's... Temp HP doesn't stack, so shifting's not going to make a huge difference here. Let's send it. That's a 10.
Definitely misses.
I figured as much. Now, about bonus actions, is cowering a free action or is that a bonus action?
If you check out my background, crying is always a free action.
Crying is a free action. Fantastic. I would like to sob.
Okay, so now it is the dragon's turn. And it's going to come at you, Sir Paddington, with a bite attack.
I had a feeling.
18 to hit.
Oh, I should have shifted. Yeah, that hits.
For 17 piercing and 5 thunder.
All right.
And then it's going to attack with the claws
Oh, boy.
for 27 to hit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like 18 was low.
And
Yep.
10 slashing damage.
I'm still on my feet.
Yep. And then it is going to, as a bonus action, psychic step to here.
Oh no.
That's a nice cone I can set up there. Yep. Okay, Andrew, you are up.
All right. I will move here. and I will have my Echo
Mm-hmm.
on a bonus action move. Here. Yeah. Actually, wait.
Yeah, your echo's the purple one. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah. Teleport there, and I'll attack through my Echo.
Go ahead. You got this.
Sure don't. 9.
Okay. 9 misses.
Yep. Figured that. Unleash Incarnation.
Go ahead.
Jeez. An 18.
18 hits.
Thank goodness. It's not gonna be much though. 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. It is not resistant to bludgeoning, so it takes all 11.
All right, action surge.
Heck yeah. You know, if you stepped in yourself, it would be flanked by your echo, and you could get advantage on the attack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you stepped in here, so you
Right
can
here?
yeah, you can roll that attack again.
Try it one more time. That is a 18 again.
That hits.
And 16 damage.
Okay.
And I will unleash Incarnation for the second time.
Okay.
Last time. That is a 25.
Yeah, that hits.
With 9 damage.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn.
In the future, I'm pretty sure you can only unleash Incarnation once per turn, even with Action Surge. But heck, we're just having fun here, so just in the future, remember that. Boculus, you are up.
Once per turn? Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I let you do it.
You probably guessed it. And then after that, he just kind of shrugs and says, "If this dragon is upon us, it is as Callisto wishes and divines." And then I will call forth my unicorn spirit this time.
Okay, let me find the unicorn token.
Is it the healing one?
Yes.
Yeah, oh thank God, dude.
There's your unicorn token.
I'm like on a breath.
I'm just gonna pop it
Majestic.
like here, I guess. And then with the action, I'm just gonna cast Goodberry.
Oh
What are you doing?
no! Oh, bro, cast the popcorn. Oh God.
The magical pop-up berries.
Oh man.
Sir Paddington, in your 6 hit points, you are up.
All right, how much do I get from the unicorn? Oh, I just clicked it. I'm so sorry. How much do I get
You
from
don't
it?
get anything from the unicorn. I have to heal you.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm
And
dead.
he casts Goodberry.
To Solaris, I'll shout. I get the idea in here, Salty. To Solaris, do I get advantage here?
Yes, you do.
Awesome. Let me send it. 17.
17 misses.
Oh God, yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Let me. Yeah, I'll just shift for the extra HP if nothing else. Four plus 1d6. Let's go.
There you go.
All right, that's it.
All right, I'm going to roll to see if it gets its breath weapon back. It does. So I need Andriel, Paddington, and the unicorn to make DC 19 Constitution saving throws.
That is a nat 1.
Con save?
Yep.
The unicorn is just like a spectral appearance. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
a creature or object.
It can't be dismissed
exists.
by damage. It has to be dispelled. That's fine.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a nature spirit.
Okay.
Does this qualify for Rebuke the Violent?
For what?
Rebuke the Violent. I feel like it doesn't, but
Yeah.
I had to
Not
ask.
this time. So did everybody fail?
Yeah.
I can't believe
Yeah.
that's 34 thunder damage.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Nobody's up, right?
Wait, did that hit me or no?
Baculus, no. Indriel, yes. Sir Paddington, yes. Indriel,
Slam
make your
down.
first death saving throw. We're doing these publicly. In the future, you will right click your death saving throw roll and you will put 2DM, and death saves will be private so that your companions will not know if you failed your save.
How do you roll it on the character sheet?
If you click the death saves, it might roll, but if not, if you look at the little dice in the bottom left, the very top one is a D20. If you click it once, and then it'll come up, it'll say 2, self, 2, everyone, 2. You can roll. You can roll just to DM, and then click roll.
There we go.
Okay, Baculus, you are up. Go ahead and mark that on your sheet.
All right.
Your friends are down. Do you have a sad trumpet?
Sorry about that. Yeah, healing word, and so they all get it with the spirit.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the second level, I guess. Not gonna do much, but 7 to everybody.
Hey, you guys are back up. 7 hit points.
And then I guess action Thorn Whip.
Hey.
21.
Hits.
Oh, we did damage. Let's go. 3.
That seems about right. It just
That's it.
Sir Paddington, you are prone. Takes half your movement to stand up, but you are awake.
I'll stand up. 5, 10, 15.
Yep. You get advantage
Yep.
on an attack. Look at you thinking
This one?
tactically.
This one's for the elephant. It was a nat 1 and a 17.
Okay, 24 hits.
Let's go. All right, we're smiting him. Heck this guy.
Do it. Do it. I am the Senate.
13 base.
damage. Okay. 12 more smite. Hey, 25. That's nothing to scoff at.
If I yell "you fiend" before I smite, does that qualify for the extra D8?
You know what? You're fighting an adult sapphire dragon. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hell yeah! Let's just
Let's have
They
some fun
send
with it. 7 more. Hey, that's a good roll on a D8. Look at you guys.
and since shifting explicitly ends when I go unconscious, I'll use my other one and do that again.
Okay, you take your 4 temporary hit points, and the dragon will try to bite Indriel.
So just to clarify, shifting gives you the base double proficiency bonus, but the beast hide, the subclass that I picked, the subrace rather, gives me an additional 1d6.
Okay,
I just don't want that to come up later where you think
Okay.
I
Yeah,
stuck
you're
something
right.
in.
Yep, go ahead. I will note that down.
It was a 1 anyways.
Oh.
Well,
Sorry.
Oh. So let's bite Indriel while he's down. He is prone, so that gives the dragon advantage. That's 19 on the die for a 30. Does a 30 hit?
Jesus Christ.
For 22 damage?
Yes, I am down once again.
Now I want to rebuke the violent.
Go ahead.
There's no button to click, but I do it.
Okay, can you read it off for me?
You can use your channel divinity, rebuke those who use violence immediately after an attacker within 30 feet deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you. Use your reaction to force the attacker to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage dealt. On a successful save, it takes half.
Nat 20.
No way.
Yes,
All
way.
He still takes 11 whatever damage back. Oh, it's radiant.
Okay. Look at that. Andrew, make your death saving throw.
Gotcha.
Your eyes open on the ground like, where are you? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, Boculus, you are back up. Sitting back there eating your good berries, watching this happen.
Yep. Yep, he kind of like looks over his shoulder and he's like, yep, Callisto, good idea. And he healing words them again. For an 8 healing.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Andrew.
And then I'm going to hit the Thorn Whip.
And
And
what?
miss.
At what point when a man is getting bit by a dragon does it become cruel to keep bringing him back from the dead?
He probably looks terrible right now.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Did the Thorn Whip hit? I didn't see the roll.
No, it did not.
Okay, Sir Paddington.
Let's do it. Do I still get advantage?
Yes, you do. Oh no, Andriel's prone and death saves.
That's
so
what
no.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
I just healed him, but he's still prone.
Oh yeah, but he is prone. So let me mark. Normally I mark pink for prone.
Just a base roll then. That's a nat 20, dudes?
Yes, there you go. That's what we were hoping for.
Alright, so we did the math already. What is that? 17
33.
plus...
16, right?
Yes,
So
33.
33, and then you roll. Normal roll. Make sure to click normal roll. So 33 plus 12 is 45 plus 8 is 53 damage. You know what, guys? You have bloodied this adult sapphire dragon.
Wow.
It is its turn, though. Andrew, he's not going to attack you because this bear is getting real annoyed.
Nah, dude, he's fine.
So he's going to roll. He does recharge his breath weapon.
Yeah, of course he does.
You could rewatch the stream, brother. My dice rolls are on the screen.
No, I trust you.
And I need you to make a DC 19 Constitution saving throw.
All right. Now, Solaris does have me on this one. He does.
Wow.
Wow.
So you're gonna take.
Callisto be brave.
You're gonna take.
Let's go.
You're gonna take 22 damage.
I only had 20.
That's too bad.
Oh, we were so close. We were so close to surviving that one.
You are down, marked with
That
gray.
was sick.
Okay, Andriel, half your movement to get up. You can summon your
I'm gonna use
echo.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna summon my echo. He's gonna go right there and so try to attack.
Yeah, you got advantage.
That one. And a 25.
Nice, that definitely hits.
11
11
bludgeoning.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
And, I'm my turn there.
Okay. No bonus actions?
No. Oh, I did.
Okay.
I used it to summon my.
Oh yeah, you summoned the echo.
Yeah.
Oculus, you are up.
First level healing word
Yes, dude.
for healing.
Honestly, this is a druid. Druids are support roles. So,
And then
I'm such
good
a
old
huge
Thorn
fan
Whip.
of what you got going on.
Oh, Thorn Whip missed again.
okay.
That's it.
Wait, does the
All
unicorn
right.
do anything special?
It makes it so if I heal one person, it heals everyone within 30 feet of the unicorn.
Okay.
Well, that I want.
Not to be that guy, but you're 35 feet away, but I'm going to let you take it, Sir Paddington.
Oh, well.
That's what I was just trying to figure out.
You.
I'm going to let it happen, though. We're having fun. Sir Paddington, you are up, but you are prone.
I'll stand up,
Okay.
and now I get advantage.
Yes, you do.
All right. Do you guys believe?
I do.
I believe in a thing called love. Just listen
I believe this is going to be a 20, dude.
to the rhythm of the heart.
It's a 21. That's a hit, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm just gonna smite him anyways. That's all I got in the tank.
So 14. Okay, smite damage. Wow, you're doing some damage.
Yeah, but now I'm tapped. I got nothing else.
All right.
For also just point of order, not that it matters too much, but the spirit would work because I could cast the actual spell on Paddington and then it says
Okay, yeah, you're right.
heal bot 3000.
Playing
The element's
support.
clutching up.
Playing support. Let's roll to see if he gets his breath weapon back. He does not.
Yes.
So he is going to cast a spell.
No.
And
so.
I need. Why is it opening this up? It's a spell attack or a save. Let's see. Okay, I gotta roll this plus spellcasting ability. Ooh, nat 1. Endriel and Sir Paddington, you both get free attacks.
Really?
Yep. He rolled a nat 1. He was trying to telekinesis Oculus and throw him 30 feet in the air.
Do these
But-
qualify for advantage with flanking?
Yep.
Oh,
This is basically whenever you roll a nat 1 or an enemy rolls a nat 1, it's a free opportunity attack. That's a rule. That's my own table rule. Since fumble charts are no longer a thing, and I can't punish nat 1s any other way.
so roll.
Andrew, just make an attack. There you
18?
go. 18 hits.
Oh yeah, that's with advantage, right? Oh, yeah, let's keep that 18.
Yep.
11 damage, bludgeoning.
Heck yeah.
I got 14 slashing.
Okay. All right. Andrew, it is now your turn.
I'll clean this thing up, bro. You got this.
I hope so.
24 hits.
All right. 14
14.
bludgeoning.
Okay.
Ending my turn.
Okay, Oculus.
Yep, just keep beefing up the boys for another 4.
Hey,
And
hit points is hit
try and hit
points,
him with
man.
The Thorn Whip. Just missed again. That's it.
No.
All right, Sir Paddington.
All right. That's an 18.
18 hits.
Oh, that's awful.
Okay. You want to put a smite on that, or are you out of spell slots?
Oh, I'm tapped.
Okay. The dragon is going to come at you with a set of claws, Endriel's Echo. I'm going to have him attack the Echo first. First with the bite. So, Echo, that is a 23 to hit, so the Echo is dismissed. And then with his claw, he is going to eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Endriel. That is a 23 to hit for 10 slashing damage. Somehow you are still up, thanks to that. Sir, or about Baculus is saving the day with these healing spells. And it is your turn, Andriel.
All right.
That hits.
Okay. That is 11 bludgeoning.
I cannot believe I'm about to say this to a party of 3 level 3 players, but how do you want to do this on this dragon? Oh my god. You guys.
Catches the dragon off guard and he puts everything he's got to that hit and nice. He smashes his head in.
Wow. Now, listen, I did kind of nerf him. I didn't use any of his legendary actions or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you guys just took down an adult sapphire dragon with 225 hit points in 6 rounds. That is so crazy.
Baculus, do you still have spell slots?
I have 1 first level slot.
I have 15 lay on hands, dude. We could have played this game all day.
And good berries.
Yes,
10
dude.
good berries. Yeah.
We had at least 25 rounds in us.
Wow. All right, I'm going to close all this out, bring us back to this. That was a lot of fun. So now we're going to find out how stars and wishes work, because we're going to go ahead and do one for this. I will start so that you guys get an example. Stars for the session. That was a really fun combat. You guys really impressed me, being able to defeat an adult sapphire dragon as 3 level 3 characters. Of course, I did nerf it and didn't use any legendary resistances or anything like that, but hey, good on you guys. You guys really strategized well, so that was pretty good. MVP, if I had a vote, it'd be for Baculus with those healing spells, which saved the entire party. I was impressed that you guys, after the first breath weapon, were like, okay, maybe we should not be in a clump. and kind of move around the dragon so that he had to pick his targets. That was good. Wishes. I guess my only wish is I hope I did a good enough job for you guys for tonight. I hope I got you guys excited for the campaign, and hope you guys come back next week. And with that, we'll move to Jory. You can go ahead and go first.
Let me just clarify. Am I supposed to do the same? Just kind of like what I enjoyed, what I'm hoping for?
Yeah. Or if you didn't like the way I did something, you could be like, hey, maybe rule this way next time. You can critique me. I can take critique, I promise.
Have you considered increasing my critical strike chance 100%?
Oh, I considered it, and it's just a whole lot of paperwork, the red tape, the bureaucracy. I gotta call up.
I know how Wizards of the Coast is.
I gotta call up Chris Perkins, and it's just too much, man.
That's fair. No, I thought that was big fun. I think that the party really meshes well. We kind of fill in what we need to fill in. I feel bad that Salty got stuck playing Healbot in the test, but I'm hoping that you get more diversity in your spellcasting as we actually play. And
we have a week. We can have somebody else join.
Yeah, hopefully somebody else joins this season.
Hey, if you're watching this and you're not in a D&D game, you can hit me up on startplaying.games, look it up, Minhal, and join. So, Patrick. Oh, wait, did you have an MVP vote?
Just back heals, like I said. Salty heal botting clutched up.
All right, Patrick, go ahead.
Yeah, I think, I had fun to start off. I do think we meshed well. I think everyone's chill. MVP, yeah, to the druid, of course. But those smites were on point.
Yeah, just got lucky with some 20s.
I do appreciate the care that goes into your DMing, because I will admit I'm a bit rusty. I'm definitely not the best D&D player in the world by a long shot. So I do appreciate.
There's only one way to get better, and that's to play.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome. OSP.
It was a lot of fun. I appreciate how much effort you put into the lore. That's
yeah.
obviously the biggest thing is world building in terms of like keeping engagement. So that's awesome. I give my MVP vote to Endriel for they say it's not the number of times that you get hit, but it's the number of times you get back up.
Yep. So actually, I got a story to share. Do you guys know what ropers are?
I
Yes.
So ropers are like, they look like stalagmites or stalactites, whatever they are.
Yeah.
They look like rocks, but they're nothing but teeth and tentacles disguised as rocks in the Underdark. And in my Friday campaign, we have a character played by a guy named Mike. And he's an elf monk. And if that roper grabs you with its tentacle, it can drag you in and then put you in its mouth, and you're considered grapple, and it can bite you. And I'm a druid in that campaign too, and he was getting bit, incapacitated, in death saves, and I just kept throwing healing words at him. And like, so he role played like that. He's afraid of rocks now because it's traumatic. He kept dying and then being brought back in the mouth of a roper and then dying immediately again. And then I would resurrect him again. And so now he has like PTSD, and his character, like if we mention ropers, he like gets like Vietnam flashbacks. Oh, it's so much fun. And that just reminded me of that dragon was biting Indriel while he was down and you guys were healing him. At some point it just becomes more cruel. Just let him die, man. Oh, that was a lot of fun. Is there any more questions or anything before we go?
I would just like the record to reflect that I did indeed do 3 damage to that dragon.
Yes,
You did, dude.
Yes,
With
you
your
did.
gross little trunk whip.
Oh, this is going to be a fun day, boy. I can already tell. All right. If there's no more questions, guys, I'm going to stick around for like 3 or 4 more minutes so I can address the stream and talk to chat. You guys are free to go whenever you like. See you next week. Remember to write up your background stories, what you can give me, and things like that by next Thursday. And I'm looking forward to it.
Indeed.
Yeah, that was big fun. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, no problem.
All right. See you guys next week.
Yeah, see ya.
Catch y'all next week.
Hey, thank you to everybody who stopped by tonight. We hit stream records tonight for a session 0. Go figure. Everybody who joined in the chat, thank you so much. Gonna keep this up. Remember that we play on Wednesdays, Thursdays. I play on Fridays, but we don't stream that game. Saturdays, and Mondays. I am a player in the Monday game. And remember, if you guys like D&D, you want to play D&D, to visit startplaying.games and find a table, even if it's not me. There are literally hundreds of thousands of games every single day for you to find. You can find a GM that's for you. You can find a game and table for you. And like I said with Patrick there, man, there's one way to learn how to play D&D or get good at D&D, and that's to play D&D. I'm thankful to my players. I'm thankful to you guys. Without this whole thing, I'm making money doing this, being honest with you guys, and it's a lot of fun. So get out there, find a table, start playing games. Thank you guys.